A Spanish philosopher, his name was George Santayana, is credited with coming up with the phrase, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." It's a long time ago, but for one, I believe it, and you don't have to go very far to see how it's happening now. Obviously, the real estate market is slowing down. Single-family home sales are down pretty much all across the country. I can tell people in the industry are beginning to panic. And I don't mean just the realtors. You've got title companies, inspectors, lenders are all on the phone trying to dig up some business. Realtors just happen to be the first place they go. I mean, we talk to a lot of people on a daily basis. It makes us an easy target. I had a call from one of my lenders. He's all excited about a new program UWM just put together. UWM stands for United Wholesale Mortgage. They are one of the largest, if not the largest, wholesale mortgage lender in the country, kind of like Countrywide was in the early 2000s. This new product reminds me a lot of an old product. The new mortgage is a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, but it has 100% financing. Yeah, like no money down financing. So I'm listening to this guy tell me all about this mortgage. And actually, there's two parts to it. The first and primary one is a 30-year fixed rate loan, 97%. The loan to value is kind of normal. FHA loan that a buyer can get pretty much anywhere on the planet. The final rate is going to depend on the usual things, and the borrower still has to qualify with things like debt to income, debt to equity, those kind of ratios, basically all the normal requirements they have right now. Part two is funded by what's called a silent second mortgage. No, it's not a gift and it's not a grant. The second mortgage does not accrue interest, and there are no required monthly payments on it. There are limits. There's going to be $15,000 or 3% of the purchase price, whichever is lower. The really cool thing about this is that anyone can get the loan who is at or below the 80% mark on the area's median income and has a FICO of 620 or higher. First-time home buyers can get it with a FICO of at least 700. Sounds great. FHA mortgage, no money down, and the only thing you're responsible for is paying that FHA 97% loan. Wait a minute. Wait just a damn minute. I'm getting old. I mean, my memory is not what it used to be. But if I recall my history, isn't that the 100% mortgages part of what got us into trouble in 2008? Does anybody remember the term predatory loans? These second mortgages have a maximum of $15,000 or 3% of the purchase price. Do the math backwards. The maximum price of these homes is going to be $500,000. This mortgage is geared for people who are in the middle and lower income brackets. I mean, there's even an option where you don't have to pay off $2,500 of the silent mortgage if the borrower is at or below 50% of the area's median income. I mean, who are they targeting on these mortgages? People who are stretched to the limit with everyday living expenses. People who, shouldn't be buying a home anyhow. I'm a realtor. I would like to sell a house to every person I meet. I mean, that's how I feed my bad habits. But some people should just not own a house. I'm sorry, it's the plain and simple truth. The chief strategy officer for UWM says the biggest obstacle to homeownership is usually the down payment. He's right. He goes on to say many consumers could be struggling to save several $1,000s for an upfront down payment. He noted that given that they're spending more money of their paycheck on groceries, rent, car, and insurance, and other necessities after prices soared once inflation took off a couple years ago. This is our way of saying, hey, we can help you come up with a down payment for this loan. Now they can actually go from renting to home ownership. Okay, so someone who is struggling with groceries, rent, car insurance, and other necessities buys a house. 2 months later, the hot water heater dies. Do you know what it costs to replace a hot water heater? I do. My son just replaced his. $2,100. Someone is struggling with groceries, rent, car insurance, and other necessities, buys a house. And now they have to spend $2,100 on a new hot water heater. I mean, how is that going to work? Purchasing the home, getting a down payment, making the monthly payments, which we all know go up every year. Taxes, insurance, HOA fees, those babies aren't set in stone. That monthly payment is just one part of the cost of home ownership. Let's say they come up with a $2,100. They could get it as a gift from somewhere. It's a one-time hit. What happens if the car dies and they have to add another $400 to their monthly bills for a car payment for 6 years? I'm going to play along here. Let's just say that this person who is struggling with groceries, rent, car insurance, and other necessities buys this house. lives in it for 5 years with no maintenance costs, no upkeep expenses at all. I mean, it could happen. In the 61st month, the primary breadwinner loses his job, and for 2 or 3 months, they have no income. Keep in mind that the average American is, less than 2 months away from bankruptcy. So they go along and they can't make the mortgage, the regular mortgage. They haven't made a payment on a silent second because they haven't had to. Why would they? They decide that the best option is to sell that house. The homeowner is going to owe not only whatever's left on the primary mortgage, Part A, but the entire balance of the silent second, Part B. That silent second does not go away and has to be paid off in full at closing. If that house hasn't appreciated a lot, they could easily wind up having to bring thousands of dollars to the closing table. And where are they going to get that? The more likely scenario is that they have to relocate. They get transferred to, California. Okay, could be worse. The problem is the same. They have to pay off both loans. Could be, probably will be, a problem. Another issue I see coming up, I'm sure you've heard the saying, marry the house, date the rate. The rates right now are about the 7.25 range. And everyone, including me, expects rates to come down this year, maybe more next year. The mortgage our homeowner has is at 7%. 3 years from now, they decide to refi at a lower rate. With a normal mortgage, refiing a home is really just not that much of a problem. But with this new product, they have to pay off the second mortgage in full. If they don't just don't happen to have $15,000 laying around, they won't be able to take advantage of the lower rates. They're stuck. This whole thing, 100% financing, is very reminiscent of what led up to the crash of 2008. Borrowers have no equity, no skin in the game, and nothing to lose if they walk that mortgage, and that leads to foreclosures. About the only saving grace here is that the underwriting is still a whole lot different place than what it was in 2008. Ninja loans, no income, no job, and no assets. Remember, those were called subprime loans? Well, those problems don't exist anymore. Borrowers now have to have an income, a provable job, and minimal assets, and they have to prove all this. Using the term no down payment sounds great, and this could be a very good product if it's used correctly. But we all know using something correctly is not always what people do, which is why we have warning labels on just about everything. This will allow people who are renting to make that transition to home ownership. But those people, they need to read the fine print. They need to be educated on what happens if they can't make the payment. What's their plan to get out of the house? If I remember correctly, in high school, there was a class that was called Home Economics, which isn't even taught anymore. Don't get me started on that topic. Dennis Keller, he's the CEO of Better Markets. It's a nonprofit that advocates for tougher underwriting. He said, these mortgages are going to be a ticking time bomb, just like subprime mortgages. Unless home prices continue to increase very substantially, this has the potential to turn the American dream of home ownership almost immediately into a nightmare. But either way, the mortgage company, well, they're going to make money. If you have comments, suggestions, I like to hear them. I actually do read them. Some make sense. Some, well, let's just say they're, a little more humorous. Thanks for watching. And by the way, hit that subscribe button. And if you have gotten anything out of this video, click that like button as well. It helps us get it out to the world. Look forward to hearing from you.